I had the opportunity to interview Call of Duty mappers. Welcome back guys, it's Elwood here from Not So Serious Gaming. Today I'll be joined by some of the most creative minds in the Black Ops 3 community. I must say, I was pretty nervous at first, even fumbling with the recording at one point. However, I soon overcame that due to talking with some welcoming and great people. I interviewed Black Ops 3 custom zombie map makers to find out what inspires them to keep working on such an old game, and how they would improve zombies as a whole if they had the power to do so. Wanting to do this for the past year, I feel with Black Ops 6 coming out soon, now is the perfect opportunity to reach out to the community and pick their brain. So let's see who we're talking to today. Hello, Easy Skanker.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Yellow.
Hello dude, how's it going? Welcome Duke, thank you for joining me tonight.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing? You doing well?
Yeah, doing well.
Hello, Royal Mold. How you doing? You having a good day?
Yeah, pretty good. Woke up a little bit ago and ate a sandwich. It's all going good.
You're awake and you've eaten a sandwich. What else do you need in life? Hello, Script 2. How you doing?
Hello, Eddie. Nice and you.
Yeah, good, thanks. We haven't been in the phone call for like 15 minutes already. Hello, Warpole Play. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. Thank you very much for asking. Hello, Spike. How you doing?
Hello, loser.
At first, I planned on breaking down my questions into multiple sections so I could structure the video in a good way to view it. However, I soon ended up having like 30 questions and I didn't want to overwhelm these guys too much and take up too much of their time. So I broke it down to these 10 questions. And I threw in some personal questions more directed to each mapper themselves. During this time, I had the pleasure to interview Easy Skanker, It's Ecstasy, Jute, Throwing Mode, Script 2, Spike, Warpole Play, and XD for PC. I think that's said right anyway. And this is how it went. When did you first get into Call of Duty Zombies? And what was the first game you played?
First game would have been World at War. Hold up. That question came out of nowhere. I was ready for the first question. I was like making myself comfortable in my seat. Wait, do you want the long answer or the quick answer?
Either, dude. Either.
I mean, the real answer was I was getting high with my mate in a caravan, and I saw my mate playing zombies. I thought, what the fuck is this? I want to play this. So, no, but yeah, the first game I ever played was World at War. And then probably started getting really serious when Black Ops 1 dropped.
I mean, Black Ops 1 is good.
Wait, was it Black Ops 1? It went World at War and then...
Yeah, World War, Black Ops 1, then Black Ops 2.
Yeah. My brain went a little bit. Yeah, I reckon so. Yeah, I probably just started getting serious in Black Ops 1. I originally started like doing like high rounds.
Yeah.
Like I was always a solo player. I'd never have like an Xbox party or anything. So my idea of like a good evening was like sit there in the corner of transit behind the riot shield and try and get to like round 130 or something.
Yeah, man. Nice.
Or doing the Sliquifier strat on
Die Rise?
Is it Die Rise?
Yeah, I think so. The one where you fall out the map, isn't it? Yeah, Die Rise.
Yeah, the Vietnam map, whatever it is, but you're in the buildings. So you hide them on the escalator with the Sliquifier, or every map had a way to do it. So I would just be sat, basically cheesing it, ridiculously high rounds, and that was just my grind, properly.
Nice.
But yeah, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. I think I'm the same as everyone. I just really started grinding it hard when zombies started to get a little bit of meat and bones to it. I mean, like World at War was great playing Verrückt and stuff like that, but there wasn't really much to it. It's only when they started like really leaning into making Easter eggs and trying to make some sort of mystery, and that's what I sort of looked into.
The lore gripped you more.
Yeah. That was always the stuff that sort of kept me coming back.
I got into it in middle school, I think, and it was World at War.
Yeah.
And it was terrifying.
I love that. Did you unlock it via the campaign by any chance?
So I had a friend that told me about it. And I ended up buying the DLC, so I didn't have to finish the campaign to do it. So I didn't get the like unexpected scare of finishing the campaign and then being thrown into it.
No, I get that, but you still got the initial scared feeling of playing World at War.
Yeah.
My very first Call of Duty was Call of Duty 2.
Nice.
And I get into zombies on some kind of mod on Modern Warfare 1 back into what was it, like 2008.
I remember you telling me there was a weird zombie mod on Modern Warfare 1.
Yeah, a very long time ago. Yeah, before World at War.
Yeah, damn, nice. Yeah, that's the first.
That was the first approach to zombies.
Wow, that's cool. I wish I could have experienced that. That sounds awesome.
Man, I got into Call of Duty Zombies when I was in like 4th, 5th grade. Black Ops 2 had just come out, and I went over to my friend Joseph's house, and he had this fucking new game. I was like, oh shit, what the hell is this? Because I'm used to like Minecraft.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, this is Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Let's play some multiplayer. You know, playing multiplayer and all this bullshit, and I'm having a fucking time of my life.
Nice.
And then we hop into goddamn transit, and I'm like shitting my fucking pants.
Was it like love at first sight, or was it more just horror?
It was just kind of like, you know, it was the side mode. I liked playing. I didn't like playing transit. I liked playing town.
Okay. Yeah.
Town was easy. You just hop in there, and you had like a few custom settings. So I would just skip to like round 5. Already have enough. I'd pack a punch my starting pistol. Either that or hit the box a couple of times, get a weapon.
Yeah.
And that was until Mob of the Dead. That was like the only map I ever played. Of course, I did play, you know, Die Rise and Transit a little bit, maybe a bit of Bus Depot. But I mean, Town was that map.
Yeah.
And then Mob came out, and holy shit, that changed the game.
Changed game for you entirely, yeah.
Yeah. Mob just hit different.
Okay, so the first game I played was Call of Duty Black Ops 1 with Dark Totem.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But I don't remember what I said before.
We had a good little speech and chat about this before, but I didn't press record because I'm an idiot, and yeah, so we'll skip that bit. But yeah, no, okay, that's perfect. I do apologize about messing up the beginning.
No problem.
A little bit nervous there.
My first game was World at War. And I got into zombies all the way back when Nectar on Totem released, actually.
Yeah.
I was probably like 10 years old or something, and I played it with my brother, and I was very scared to see the zombies coming out the mist.
Yeah, I could imagine. Did you unlock it via the campaign yourself, or was it your brother?
No, it must have been my brother, because I never played the campaign or multiplayer back when I was that young.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So, yeah, I never even realized that.
Oh,
You
fair enough.
unlocked it through the campaign originally.
Yeah.
I just thought it was always there.
Well, to be fair, after an update it was, so depending when your brother got onto it, it could have already been there. I think after like the first DLC, it became permanent unlock.
I always remember that feeling. It was a long time ago now, but I can perfectly recall what I felt during my first zombie game. I had just finished World at War campaign, and the credits were rolling. I took a break, and when I came back, the cinematic started. I was confused, and then the iconic sounds of the first round change rang out. I had to stay alive no matter what. At that moment, the machine was in motion. I was desperately trying to barricade myself in that iconic bunker, holding off wave after wave of zombies, trying to figure out the best strategy to survive. I'll never forget it.
I first got into Call of Duty Zombies when I was a kid, around 7 years old, playing COD2, Big Red One on the PS2. But it wasn't until I was about 15 that I really got hooked, and that was with Black Ops 2. That's when I started playing seriously.
What inspired you to get into the creation of zombie maps?
Started making zombie maps when I was about, well, going back a long time here, but this is pre Black Ops 3. and having the mod tools. This was...
You start Modern War then?
Yeah, I made my first ever creation was in the old version of Radiant. So it wasn't Radiant Black, it was just Radiant.
Oh.
And using like the COD 4 engine and stuff. I can't really remember it that well, but I remember it was like a really bad version of Radiant Black, and I'd made my first ever zombie map, and it was just like a tiny little few rooms with a pack-a-punch and stuff. But at the time, I was like, "This is fucking mad! I have made my own zombie map." And I remember I was like showing it to my dad, like, "Dad, look at this! Everything you're seeing here, like, I didn't make the assets, but like, I made the map," and like, that really just like lit a fire.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And then from there, I mean, literally, it happened. It sort of happened right at the time when I was like leaving school. So like I'm saying, like 15, 16. So at that time, I was like just sort of trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And genuinely, like, this is no word of a lie, like, because I was starting to like mess around with that engine, like that was what made me, I was like, I want to do game design. So then that's what made me go into the path I went into and end up going to university and getting my 2-1 in game design and animation. Wow. So that would never have happened if I hadn't have opened up the original Call of Duty tools and made that first little map.
So Call of Duty has sculpted your life.
In a very roundabout way, yes.
Nice, I like that.
I originally wanted to do like video game design, as I feel like most kids that play games do. I wanted to actually make games, so I kind of saw that as a way to get into it a little bit, I guess, like be able to make level. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm just a creative person. They give me a tool and I used it.
I mean, that's a freaking amazing answer. I love that. Because you started on World at War, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. I missed all of the World at War modding and maps and stuff. I feel like I need to go back.
You played one of my map on World at War? Oh,
did I actually play it? I think you played it and streamed your screen. You showed me like because you made AI Nikolai and Brichthofen and stuff, I think, if I remember correctly. Is that right? Or look like you had AI soldiers in, maybe?
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't have been Brichthofen, would it? Oh no, it would have been actually. But yeah, still.
Yeah, it would be, but they were not. They were just random.
They were just random
dudes.
soldiers, weren't they? Yeah.
I remember playing. I think it was like Die Rise, Mob of the Dead, or Buried. It was definitely in like the middle of the game's life cycle.
Yeah.
We're elementary school and we're thinking like, oh man, wouldn't it be so cool if like I had like a Call of Duty guns and we were shooting zombies in real life? We would be so good at that. Just kid shit. I'm like, yeah, man. What if I had like my Xbox controller? My Xbox controller was a gun. What if I had like a video tripod and we would just like pretend that those were like guns and stuff, and then I would make like little short Call of Duty films, and we would just we would just fuck around and like pretend to shoot zombies and all this stuff, and that really built my like a seed in my brain. I'm like, oh, you can do fucking anything in zombies.
Yeah, man.
And then the real reason I got into customs is when lockdown was happening during COVID. I was at my friend Max's house. I was like, man, we should totally make your house into a zombies map. Because before that, everybody used to go to his house, and then now that lockdown hit, it would only be like me, him, and maybe one other person. I think we were missing going to his house, and so the idea was I would make a zombies map, and we would just fight zombies over there. And I was thinking like, oh yeah, it'd be exactly like Transit, but it would be at your house, right? So there'll be lava everywhere, or it would be like Town. So it would literally just be Town at your house, and then there'd be all this cool shit everywhere, and it would be amazing.
It was like a Simpson map on World at War, and I wanted to create a map like this one, so that was a map on World at War, yeah.
I'd never played any custom maps on World at War. I didn't even know there was a Simpson one. That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was a child, so before I had a PS3, but there's no custom map on it, so...
Yeah, of course.
I was sad. Yeah.
I literally, that is the only reason I got upgraded PC was to play custom maps. So
yeah, me too,
understand.
Just loving zombies to begin with, really. Well, there's a lot of maps I like, and I've always wondered what it would be like to make my own maps, so I can make them exactly how I want them and all that. And I've had a bit of time, like in the last couple of years, so I thought I'll get into Black Ops 3 custom zombies and give it a go. And yeah.
Oh, I'm fascinated by games that blend sci-fi and role-playing elements. My main inspirations come from different games, and sometimes I unintentionally draw inspiration from certain gameplay elements or environments. But if I had to name a specific games, it would be Halo and Destiny. I take interest in many other games, especially by analyzing the game design of each one I play. I start creating zombie maps somewhat by chance. I've always had the desire to create. Back in the Warcraft 3 days, I would spend hours in the map editor crafting unique scenarios. Using the mod tools and creating custom maps felt like a natural next step. I had to learn how to create my own zombie maps, taking my imagination and bringing it to life.
Black Ops 2 really left an impact on me, especially the zombies mode, which actually made me buy Black Ops 1 just to play more zombies. Later on, I discovered that you could add custom maps in World at War, and that's what really inspired me, the idea of making my own zombies map. I tried with World at War, but about a year later, Activision announced mod tools for Black Ops 3, so I decided to wait for that instead.
Had you done any form of game design before you opened up mod tools?
Never.
No? So this was your first?
Yeah, I remember I'd seen people had been making custom maps for, I think at the time, the one that inspired me to actually open up the tools, if anyone could remember back, but I think it was like Cheese Cube. There was a guy that was making like these random
Cheese Cube.
The original Cheese Cube, and then he made a map where it was like it had like the Avengers in it, and you could like play as Spider-Man or Tony Stark, like all these different characters. I was like, what the actual fuck? So then I was like, I want to see what I can do. Figured like watch a few tutorials, figured out how to download it all. But yeah, before that I'd never done any game design whatsoever. The closest you could say was like using Cheat Engine to like make it look like I had loads of gold in RuneScape to try and like scam people. That was about the most I'd ever done. It's like changing it so it looked like I had 1 billion gold, and then the last minute as it went in the trade window, it go down to like 1 GP and see if I could like trick someone that wasn't concentrating. But no,
so
never.
It was you that robbed me.
It was me the whole time.
That's great. That's amazing. Well, that kind of leads into my next question. I was going to say, had you done any forms of game design before opening up mod tools at all?
Yeah, no, that was it. That was my first experience.
Yeah, I started when I was like 6-7 years old. I don't really remember, with other PC game like Imperium, followed by Little Big Planet.
Nice. I remember you actually saying.
It's not like creating a game with Unity or Real Engine, but it's still something that...
It's still creation. Yeah, no, definitely. It still counts, man.
I remember being interested in the Unreal Engine, and when Spider-Man PS4 was like announced and like a few trailers had dropped for it, I really wanted, like, that was my most hyped game ever, so I really wanted to play that. So I think I went into Unreal Engine and I built like this really shitty city environment, like really shitty.
Yeah.
And then I followed a guy's tutorial on how to code web slinging, and then I would just play that.
Wow.
And I got a few of my friends, and they'd just come over. You know, we'd smoke a little weed. We'd smoke a little weed, and then we'd all sit on the couch and then just watch somebody play like swing around this really shitty city, and we'd be like, "Oh my fucking god, this is amazing!
This is so awesome, dude!
This is literally the coolest fucking thing ever."
I'm jealous. Where's my invite? Huh?
I'll play like a Black Ops 3 map, and I'll be like, "I know that asset."
Yep.
I'll be on like a Call of Duty game. I'm like, seen that before.
ZM
can't fool me.
Brush.
Yeah. Oh, I see. They use the old curved terrain patch technique over there. Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't have done it like that personally.
Personally, I would. Yeah, no. Personally, I wouldn't have done that exactly. But you know what? You know, you are a AAA development team. You probably know a little bit more than me.
I don't know. You say that they probably do, but they get rushed to do stuff.
I think that it's my first experience in Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
I never coded before that. I learned with ice grenade tutorials.
Yeah.
Like 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
And that was my first experience. I just played with Unreal before, but just a little bit. So.
Yeah. That's cool. You've got some impressive maps for just having that as your first thing. That's
not a big map, but I tried my best.
Dude, some of the scripting on your Minecraft maps is insane. Like, so
yeah,
for it to be like the first thing you did, learning with that's impressive.
With my first map, I learned to code, so it was not really good, but I try my best, and I think that it's not too bad for a first map.
What was your first map?
Minecraft by Script 2.1, like my first.
Oh, was
Minecraft
that your actual
map?
First one? Wow.
Yeah, the first one I completed. Yeah.
Wow. Wait, is that the one that got like 200k views?
Yeah, I think that.
Your first map.
Yeah. Wow. More than 10k. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yes, I've been working with Unity for about 10 years now.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Probably more like 11 or 12 years actually.
Oh wow.
Although I don't use Unity anymore, I've switched to Unreal now.
Yeah, makes sense. Especially with all the stuff what happened in the last couple of years with Unity.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know that. I wasn't expecting that. That's news to me. I wish I'd known that a year ago, because I needed your help.
Got into level design a long time ago, without even realizing it. I would mention several maps editors, like the one from Warcraft 3, Halo's Forge, Monolith, MMORPG Tycoon, and many others. There were even times during some classes when I would create platformer games level on Microsoft Word. That's weird.
So I decided to wait for that instead. 3. Like I mentioned before, I did try some things for COD World at War, but I never released anything. I was just testing how things worked. But before Call of Duty, no, I hadn't done anything related to game design.
I had amazing help when I first got into mapping. Was there anyone that helped you when you very first started? If not, was there any sources of media out there that you could use to help you learn?
When I first started, no. But then that was on the World at War engine, whatever it was. Yeah. Then I sort of left it for a little bit, went off, did my uni degree, came back. And then it was towards the end of my uni degree, I sort of opened up the Black Ops 3. I think by this point we had Black Ops 3 mod tools. And it was pretty new. So I started dabbling with it, made a few little maps, and then after a few years, I randomly reached out to Haribo to help me with some random scripting error. And it just so happened he lived like just down the road from me. So I just ended up chilling with him for the good part of about a year and a half. I think this is just when he was like putting out the starves and all of that stuff for his like mod packs. So I was there with him, helping him do all that. That's why my name's all in the credits and stuff. So I was just with him.
I've seen your name on stuff for years. You know.
Yeah, so I just at that point in time when he was doing all that, I was just sat next to him, at the time I just had a really horrible, like a massive surgery, so I couldn't really walk. I was like doped up to the max on painkillers. So yeah, I was just sat there just like a potato in the corner of the room getting high, just keeping him company, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it's a perfect time to do work like that when you can't really do much else, isn't it? So.
I mean, I've got a photo on my phone somewhere. I'll try and find it and send it to you later. But it's like there's a photo of his PC set up, and then my PC set up directly next to him. And then I think we just sat there for like about a week, just like living off of like frozen pizzas and cups of tea, and just like making like a ridiculous amount of stuff for the community and just putting it out.
That sounds epic, dude. That actually does sound so cool.
When I first started, I actually started mapping in World at War.
Oh.
And I didn't really know anybody in the community, so I pretty much just learned on YouTube and kind of taught myself as much as I could.
Nice. I never knew you did any World of War maps.
Yeah, I think I released 2.
Oh wow.
They
Nice.
were not very good.
I think that's what most people say when they talk about their World of War maps.
Yeah.
I got a lot of help from a guy called Simbo.
Oh yeah.
Even if I stopped really soon talking with him. I stopped mapping for a while and I never came in contact with him.
Okay.
So I basically, everything after that short time period, I learned it by myself and some other, like, asking something short to different people to collect all the hint you can.
Yes and no. When I first got into mapping, all I did was watch tutorials. I would watch Jaybird, Madgaz, Project 115, Uptown. If anybody knows fucking Meep, what's up, guys? Holy shit! I mean, that's a whole fucking vibe in it of itself. Hearing me, like, it was like 2 years ago. I learned about Devra.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? Devra. And I go, I'm like, oh my god, it's every single asset I could possibly ever want in my entire life. And then I joined amazing, and then I joined the Devra Discord server, and then somebody was like, hey, I really like this. It was Wyvern. He made the Evil Dead map. So there's 2 Evil Dead maps, and he made the first one.
Yeah.
Wyvern said, hey, I really like what you did here. This is really cool. If you need any help, let me know. And then that's how I met M5 Prodigy, and then from there I met Fnatic and MJPW, and all those guys have been extremely helpful in my learning of how to do everything.
Yeah.
And then I finally released like my first map, Evil Dead, and then a bunch of people just kind of like messaged me and they're like, hey, good map. I was like, oh shit.
Nice.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, man.
That was really surreal. Yeah, okay, it's currently sitting at 235,000 unique visitors and 86,000 current subscribers.
Damn.
Which is fucking insane.
It's crazy.
I don't know why.
Congratulations.
I don't know.
Like, it's a good map. It is a really good map.
I look at it, I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? What was I thinking?
Hey, you obviously thinking something right. Was there anyone what helped you? I hear you say you watched some ice grenades tutorials. Was that all you did, or was there anything else?
I just asked questions on Discord and some forums, but I only learned with ice grenade tutorials.
No one specific. Of course, I've looked at random tutorials and stuff, and asked for help on Discord, but I don't think there's any particular person.
No one held your hand like I had.
No. I mean, there was a series of tutorials by a guy I watched, which were the very first ones I watched and got me into making my first map.
Yeah. Who was that? Anyone you remember?
I can't remember his name, unfortunately.
Was it like Jaybird or Program 115?
No, he was a bit of a smaller YouTuber.
I'm very grateful to certain people who reach me out to me in one way or another. Some of them continue to help me to this day, and the first two people who really helped me dive 100% into map creation were undoubtedly Wet Egg and Shiduri. They helped me unlock the door of coding and scripting. I will never forget the support they gave me. Later on, others also stepped in at key moments, like Throwing Mold, Sphinx, Simbo, and even Elwood, who made me realize that I was doing what I was doing wasn't so bad after all. All these people helped me grow on the mod tools. I mainly learn by testing things out, reading, researching, and sometimes asking for help. But of course, many tutorials like those from Gbird, Uptown Pappy, Program 115, and many others were extremely useful for learning the basics. There's also the T7 wiki, which Sphinx is currently updating.
No really, since my first language is Spanish and I don't speak English very well. Forums were a huge help for me. Back then, I mainly used ModMe, which was focused on BO3, and UGX, which was more for World at War and BO3, but didn't have as much BO3 content at the time. Nowadays, I get and give help in the BO3 Mod Tools Discord community.
For anyone new getting into mapping, who has no prior skill in scripting or game design at all, what tips would you give them when it comes to learning?
Don't be scared. When you start doing anything, it looks like hieroglyphs. When I started one of my most recent, well, I say my most recent project, I've been working on it for how long? But before that, I'd never done animation in Black Ops. I'd never done, everything I'm doing at the moment is new. I'd never done weapons. I'd never done animation. I'd never done effects or checkpoint systems or anything like that. Just give it a go. Give it your best. See what you can do. There's enough resources out there to kind of put it together, and then you just gotta learn and
Trial and error, basically.
It's trial and error, yeah. I mean, you'd be surprised, like, some of the craziest systems we've got in our maps, or some of the craziest systems you see, aren't really that crazy. They're just, they're clever. They're put together and structured well. It's like, you don't have to be an amazing scripter to make something. You can make something amazing being like a real average Joe.
Yeah.
It just depends on how you put all your pieces together and how it eventually comes out in the final product.
I don't know, that's a hard one. I guess I'd say learn like the basics, like kind of make like a full map, just doing the basics, like learn the mapping part of it and how Radiant works. And once you get kind of comfortable with that, the scripting kind of comes on its own to an extent. You know, the Discords, like the Mod Tools community and the DevRaw servers are great places where you can ask people how to do something, and then over time, after kind of experimenting here and there with all the different things, you kind of start to learn it.
Honestly, try, copy from other people, make mistake, try again, copy from other people, assemble, try to assemble different scripts into one, make mistakes, and try again.
Yep. The trial and error approach. Yep. I mean, that's literally, it's the best way to do it, to be honest, because then you're learning what is the problem as well, aren't you, at the same time?
I can't say anything about scripting because I have no fucking idea how to do that at all. I focus on environmental art. I say watch the tutorials that are out there on YouTube. I think Jaybird has a fantastic series of just getting started. If you want more in-depth on like kind of a little bit of scripting things, I'd go to Program 115, maybe MadGaz. If you're kind of like an intermediate, I would definitely watch Logical Edit's tutorials. He's got a few of them where it's like, this is how you publish on the workshop. For extremely advanced stuff, I would recommend just joining the mod tools and DevRod Discord and looking around. Sometimes if you ask a question that's been asked like 6 billion times, they get a little bit upset.
Yeah.
But it's really useful in there. Like, there's a lot of useful shit. I'd say a first project, I don't know, I can do what I did. Just make a house. Like, make your house or make a friend's house, or just something where you know the scale, you know the relative where things should be and how things should look. So I would just recommend, if you're gonna make something, make your room, make your house, try to go on from there. If you're making just your room, figure out model sizes, figure out how tall things should be. If you're making your house, figure out buyable doors. Maybe one room doesn't really work in the flow of the map, so that could be a zombie barrier, and so players don't go in there. Zombies will spawn out of it. It's a very freeing process. So
yeah, I think the way you broke that down will honestly help anyone who is getting into or has a little bit of knowledge and everything. Like, you broke that down perfect. That was great.
Thank you.
I wasn't expecting that.
Thank you.
Make a lot of little maps. You can learn from that. Even if you don't finish them, you will learn different things with each map.
I personally, I think I started a bit too big with my first one, so I kind of wish someone had said to me, you should start smaller.
Yeah, I think the best is to create a lot of small maps, then create a bigger one, and the bigger one, it's still right. So
patience, definitely.
You're the first person who said that.
I think, honestly, learning Unity as well would be a good start, because if I hadn't had any experience with coding before, I would definitely struggle a lot more with mapping, because I would have no idea what I'm doing.
No, that makes sense.
Even if you're not into coding and just want to do the mapping part, then that's kind of hard as well if you don't have any experience with that sort of thing. And Unity can also give you that kind of experience, because you're kind of working in the like the 3D viewport thing, putting down different blocks and stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar. And then, of course, looking at tutorials would be a very good idea.
The first thing to do is just try or test how the tools work. Create your first room, scripting and finer details will come with time. But the best advice I can give is perseverance. If you can imagine something, a map or an idea, nothing is impossible. Bring it to life with the tools and share it with the community. There will always people who appreciate your creativity, and that will push you to dream even bigger. But above all, don't forget to look out at how far you've come, because sometimes it won't be easy. Mastering the mod tools is no simple task, but with time, you'll improve and be able to do great things.
Put in the effort and be passionate about it. On a technical level, I'd say, be comfortable with computers, problem solving on your own, and having some experience with programming. It doesn't matter what language, will really help you out.
What was your biggest hurdle when it comes to creating maps? Was it scripting, getting your head around Radiant and Ape, or was it something else entirely?
Always been good with Radiant and Ape. For me, my main hurdle has always been scripted.
Yeah.
I can script. I can script in the same way that like a toddler can draw a picture of a house with crayons, right? Yeah, you can see what they've tried to do, but it's not a Picasso.
Yeah, I get that. I think that was the best analogy. I love that. That's great.
So the biggest hurdle was probably scripting. Because I have been, like I said, I've been mapping since World at War, and I even did some multiplayer maps on COD 4. So I kind of had an idea of how to use a lot of Radiant.
Wow, that's cool. I didn't even know you'd done that. You've been freaking doing maps for a long time. what sort of maps did you make on that? Was it just multiplayer?
Yeah, I never released anything, but I just messed around with it.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
With hardware, you mean what I struggle more with?
Yes, basically.
Okay. Honestly, I don't really know. It's a mix of everything, like I struggle on something, then I tried a way to make it work, then I struggle with something else. Like there's not something that was a really big wall for me. Like not something specific. I would say everything.
My first couple of maps, I really wanted to have the Treyarch look.
Yep.
So I would try to recreate rooms that were just in Treyarch games. Like I think I tried to do Shadows of Evil spawn room. I tried to do a couple of things and nothing worked. I think I definitely struggled a bit with lighting and asking around and trying to figure that out. That did help, but I still feel like I struggle a little bit with getting that official look. Oh yeah, I totally blanked on the question like halfway through, like giving my answer. So I was like, I think this is
wait,
right.
what was I saying? No, that's great.
I think that it's the scripting with the AI part, because that was really difficult to understand.
Oh
because
yeah.
there's no tutorial on it, so I learned by myself.
Got quite a lot. You've got quite a lot of AI in there as well, so.
Yeah, I learned by myself with Treyarch scripts. So.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Yeah, I maybe took like 4 months to learn it every day. That was really difficult, but that was cool. Now I can do what I want in Black Ops 3.
Definitely not scripting, that's for sure, as that's my favorite part.
Yep, nice.
But it has to be Radiant, and learning how to do like the graphics and environment and stuff. And I'm still not very good with all that at the moment, to be honest. Outdoor terrain, especially.
Yeah, but in like the traditional map style sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm more into sort of indoor areas, because I'm not very good at making outdoor areas look good.
Every day is a challenge with the tool. I always end up facing a problem to solve, whether it's in scripting or mapping. Every new idea is like a puzzle to figure out. Some things took me a long time to solve, while others didn't. Sometimes creativity alone is enough to bypass or fix an issue, but sometimes it's not. But honestly, the biggest problem I face is my storage space, always being full. I dive into map creation while constantly battling with my hard drive.
I totally get that. I totally get that. I'm always in the reds, so like that hits home. That does.
Yeah, most of people have this issue.
Yeah, dude. That's great. I love that.
When I first started, my biggest hurdle was definitely the scripting. I kept running into constant errors and didn't know how to fix them until I gained some experience. Also, APE was a challenge because it had so many options to navigate.
Out of all the great maps that you have created, what are you most proud of and why? This could also be a project rather than a map.
Currently, I'm the most proud of my Destiny project.
Yeah, of course.
Just because the trials and tribulations I've had with it, just how long it's taken and just how much new stuff I've had to take on and learn. Before it, the best I was at was just making good looking maps. I was good at lighting and was good at prop placement and map flow and stuff, but like apart from that, I could just make something pretty. Now I've made something that's like pretty, has got over 100 weapons, has got a completely custom storyline, has got a raid. I'm doing stuff with this which, like, when I first started making zombie maps, I didn't think would ever be possible. So this is what I'm most proud of.
I mean, going through the bits you showed me just before we got into this little interview, you showed me bits that I didn't think were possible, that I even had Duke tell me was never possible. So
exactly, and I had always believed they were not possible. I remember asking Harry Bo this stuff like 5 years ago. I was like, are we ever gonna have access to doing like custom HUDs? And it was always a stern, we're never gonna get it. They haven't given us the documentation. We haven't got access to Lua. And then a few years later, we've got access to Lua, and I'm seeing people do some of the most crazy stuff with their maps. You can do literally anything. Our friend Juter, I've seen him make, I mean, some of his private projects. He's made a map where you can actually make a map within the game. So you'll be running around as Nikolai, Takio, whatever, and wherever you fire your gun, it will basically print a block, and you can white out a whole map in the engine running around. Like, I didn't think that would ever be possible.
That's crazy. I remember him telling me about that. I've not actually seen it myself, but we spoke about it a lot, and and the fact that he also did the maze randomizer, which just generates itself while you're playing.
Yeah, we don't really need a Black Ops 6 engine. Like, I know a lot of people were sad that we didn't get a new engine with Black Ops 6, but I don't really think we need one, because we've got to the point now with the Black Ops 3 engine where we can basically produce Treyarch level stuff by ourselves. So
yeah, I think it was Carnival, because that taught me the most. I worked with a lot of patches to make things that I thought were going to be models, but they weren't. So I had to get used to the patch editor tools and curve patches and all that. So I mean, that's the map that taught me the most. I think I'm most proud of that one.
Next question. I don't know. Honestly, I don't have a map which I'm proud of.
Not even like Prophecy?
Was horrible, man.
Not even Relinquished?
Nah.
Part 2?
It just...
Part 2?
No.
The card
Honestly,
game you made in freaking Zombies? How about the Clay Pigeon game you made? You made so many awesome things.
They are just stupid project. Okay, I can tell the Clay Pigeon one has a really cool feature with saving your stats, etc.
Yeah, which is
so
insane. Which is like you could literally use that to make the fridge, and you never did.
yeah. But that's not the good of the map. The only thing that I am proud of it's anti-lag system, if we can call like that. Basically, if you play online with other people, the map, the non-host player will struggle a lot to destroy the clay pigeons. So what I've done is I've made a system which calculates the ping, so you can actually destroy the clay pigeon even if you have like 400 ping.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the only thing. But apart from that, it's.
That's awesome, though. To be fair, dude, that's awesome. Okay, that's sick. I like that a lot.
Well, I've only made the one Evil Dead map.
Yeah.
Which I felt comfortable enough releasing. So I'd have to say that. My upcoming map, Army of Darkness, and I'm working on a remaster of a map that isn't zombies.
Okay.
I don't want to say too much. It's not campaign either or multiplayer. So I'll leave it at that. That's an ambitious motherfucker.
Yeah, I get that. Nice. I won't pry too. I've got questions now, but I know you said you won't say anything, so I'm trying my best not to ask questions here.
I won't say too much about the remaster. I am making. I've got three projects I'm working on. My most ambitious one being Army of Darkness. I've seen some
of the videos.
Oh, great! Thank you. Love that.
Yeah, man, it's looking cool. I haven't seen too much, but I have seen a little bit. So yeah, I look forward to
it. That map's a fucking beast. That's gonna be my magnum opus, and then whatever comes next, I'm just gonna be very relaxed about.
I look forward to seeing it when it comes out. Have you ever?
It'll never come out. This map is gonna be the death of me.
I totally get that. I totally get that feeling. I've had maps where like I've corrupted it right before publishing, and it's like,
Oh
no,
my god!
no.
Don't mention corrupting.
Yeah, don't
a
worry.
map.
I won't say anymore. I won't say anymore.
The release of Evil Dead, Fanatic, who scripted the map, he would just send me. He'd be like, here you go. Here's the scripts and all that, and then I'd come up with an error. I'm like, I need a fix for this. I'm freaking out. I need to meet the release date because I set it to Friday the 13th, and I'm gonna, if it's not Friday the 13th for some reason, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Dude, I know that feeling. I had pretty much my personal scripter help me, and yeah, I know the feeling of being sent script and being like, there we go, and you're trying to get hold of them, like something's gone wrong, and they're like, oh, go away, and you're like, no, please,
something's
please.
amiss. Something's not happening right. It works fine in the test map for some reason, but when we put in the main fucking thing,
yeah,
everything's
gone
kaput.
wrong. Yeah, I know that feeling. The fear is unreal.
I'm proud of my last map, Kino Dartoten, because I took like 2 years to finish it. I'm just proud of finish this map because now it's hard to finish project for me because I just start a project, I work a little bit on it, and I forgot to continue on it. But now I finished this map and I'm so proud. So
yeah,
I learned a lot of things in scripting, like the boss.
Oh, dude, your boss is insane. Yeah,
I tried, but I'm sorry, I don't know how to exprimate.
No. You're doing perfect, dude. You're doing perfect. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Probably. What is my favorite map? I think my favorite has to be Mario Kart Sweet Sweet Canyon.
Yeah.
Because it's just fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably one of my favorites. It is great fun.
And if the community disagrees, I just love it, and I'm so proud of it.
Yeah, I don't get why it got as much hate as it did, to be honest, because I think that's your best map, like you say. I completely agree with you there.
Either that one or Merry Mountain, I think.
Every new map is a challenge and an achievement in itself. But the two projects I'm most proud are definitely Signal and Mayscape. Signal because it was the map that pushed me to learn coding on my own, and Mayscape because I gave everything I had for 40 days to create it. I also managed to accomplish things I never thought I was capable of. The boss in Mayscape wasn't part of the plan. I had to learn and test under the stress of the contest, but I made it, and it worked. It's not perfect, but to me it's an incredible accomplishment.
That I think the map I was most proud of making at the time was Futurama Zombies, which is a remake of the original map from World at War. I was a huge fan of that map when it came out, so it felt great to remake it. Today, if I had to pick just one, I honestly don't know. I've made several that are really cool.
Have you ever wanted to collab with another mapper? And if so, who and why?
If I would say anyone, maybe like Zeroy.
Ooh. Yeah.
Maybe Zeroy, or I mean, originally I would have loved to do a map with Jammy, but I think Jammy's moved on to do a lot better things now.
Yep.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed the stuff Zeroy puts out with. I mean, the one person I want to work with, I'm currently working with right now. So, I mean, I've got like the dream partnership I want. I couldn't ask for anything better.
Except for their attention span.
Cut that bit. I say nothing. But no, yeah.
I say that completely. All right.
That wasn't my words. No, I mean, I really enjoyed the little work dynamic I've got going on right now. We could be quicker, but at the end of the day, like, we are doing some ridiculously complex stuff. So I'm happy with it. It doesn't matter to me if it's taking a bit of time.
To be honest, it's gonna be fucking amazing. When you were showing me, bear in mind, I'm not a Destiny fan. I was sitting there grinning the whole time you were showing me that stuff because it looked awesome. I can't wait to play it. And I'm not a Destiny fan, you know, so I could imagine for people like yourself and other people who love Destiny, especially Jute's friends, they all love Destiny. I could imagine they're going to be jumping on this.
Well, at the moment, Destiny's not in a great place, so I'm trying to get it out sooner rather than later, because at the moment I feel like the community needs something just to like give them a bit of uplift. So
yeah, definitely. Well, I hope you can get it out sooner than later then.
I mean, I'm always open to working with someone else because mapping is a huge job. If you can break it up into a couple little parts at a time, it's a lot easier. But there's not really anyone in specific that I've really, you know, targeted and wanted to work with. It's just I'm open to anybody pretty much.
Yeah. If the fates align, then you shall do it.
Yeah.
I'm working with another mapper. Well, I'm in a break right now, but I'm working with another mapper. No, I'm a lone wolf. I prefer working alone.
Yeah,
because
no, I get that.
I have my times. I need my times to do stuff. Like I can be super fast or super slow. Take a super long break.
Yeah, you don't want anyone relying on you, basically.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I get that. I totally get that.
Yeah, yes and no. I want to collaborate with my friends MJPW and Fnatic on a Noah J contest map, because that would be awesome. But you know, he usually just does 2 people max. But if he ups it to 3, it'd be the God Squad. Collaboration.
I didn't know that.
Oh no, yeah. I think there's a limit. He usually does it 2 people max.
Oh.
And I've yet to participate in a Noah J thing because I always thought like I had a very slow workflow.
See, because
and then...
I think I did a guide for your map and I announced it as it was for the Noah J because it came out right around the same time.
Oh, that was okay.
I think I did that because I thought that came out for the competition, and I remember making a guide, and I think I made a mess up.
No, that was a big mistake releasing it around the competition. I was afraid Noah J was gonna play it because I think somebody mentioned it. Yeah, somebody mentioned it in the Mod Tools Discord, and like, oh, don't forget Evil Dead. That's that's in there because it was like based on a movie or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah. That was
it based on a movie? No, I think it was just Halloween themed. It was just Halloween themed, and I released it on Friday the 13th, and I was afraid he was gonna play it. And
I can't remember now if it was Halloween movie themed or what now, because I know some of them were movie themes because I did guides on a few other maps around that time, but I don't think all of them were movies now.
I think the first one was just movie. I think the second one was just like a spooky Halloween. It was just spooky horror theme.
Yeah.
The third one was video games, and this upcoming one is an escape room.
Yeah.
By the time this is out, it might already be over. But
well, that's it. I mean, it is over pretty soon. Tomorrow, next day.
Oh yeah, tomorrow. Oh shit. Oh god.
Yeah.
Is it already tomorrow?
I think so. I know Warpo Play's getting a little stressed.
Oh my gosh. No, yeah. I just play tested his map, and it was really fun.
Dude, his map's sick. I can't believe he's done all that work in.
I don't know how the fuck he does it. That's insane.
It is, isn't it? I said to him, I'm like, dude, and he's like, oh, it's not enough. I'm like, dude, calm down.
I'll make a map, and I'm like, I've got about 3 rooms in here, and they're pretty cool. And then I see what he's doing. I'm like, oh, so you have like 16 worlds you can visit?
Yeah. It's not even a room. They're a whole freaking world, isn't it? It's actually crazy.
Yeah, maybe wanted to collaborate with some people.
Is there anyone in particular, if you would?
I collaborated with some people. I don't remember their name. Like Biscuit released a map recently. I made like all the script of his maps. So.
Oh wow! Nice.
He made a challenge map. So I made all the script of this map. The map is Last Man Standing, I think. The moon map.
Oh, cool! I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I made all the script of this map. So
That's cool. That's cool.
Well, I have had a lot of people ask me before, and I have told them that I would, but then I never get back to them because I'm useless. But it's kind of more awkward. Like, I don't know how it would work with Radiant and all that, because like you'd have to keep copying files to each other and stuff.
Yeah.
And it might get a bit tedious sometimes.
Totally get that.
Yeah. I also just kind of like doing my own thing.
Yeah, no,
want-
that's understandable. That's totally fair enough.
Even though
So-
I'm modding pretty much all the time, there are times where I don't feel like modding and just want to relax. So I don't want someone else being like, "Come on, come work on this map with me" or something.
Yeah, I
I'm
get
also
that.
kind of all over the place with things I'm doing. Like, I never work on one thing at a time. I'm doing a bit of something and then I do a bit of something else because I get bored with the other thing I'm doing.
Yep, I totally get that.
Yeah, I'd be a nightmare to work with.
Note to self, don't work Spike.
I would say that certain people inspire me immensely. I have a lot of respect for what they do. I never really thought about collaborating because I have a very unique style. However, I think Throwing Mold has a true talent for mapping. I haven't planned or discussed about a collaboration with him, but if I were to ask someone to collaborate, it would definitely be him, without hesitation.
Not really, but if the opportunity came up, I'd love to collaborate with Ice Grenade. I occasionally follow him on YouTube, and we've talked a few times. I get along really well with him, and he's a genuinely great person. I also admire Zeroe, he creates masterpieces, and I think I'd learn a lot from him.
Now I got just like a personal question for you, more so than following off my list that I kind of have for everyone. Of course, you have spent forever working on this Destiny map, and I could imagine you're kind of going to be glad when it's over and done with. But is there another game that you'd love to kind of put this time into to recreate it in Mod Tools at all?
As in, is there another franchise I'd like to?
Yeah.
Honestly, not really. Destiny's a special one for me because it's taken up such a chunk of my life. I've played it since day one, and it's just yesterday just hit its 10-year anniversary. So it's taken up a big chunk of my life. And the original reason I made the project was just because I wanted. There's a contest in Destiny every month where they do like artwork of the week, and I was like, well, if I make a zombie map on Destiny, just make one quickly in a space like a fortnight, that would be an easy way to win that competition. And that fortnight turned into a 4.5-year project. So,
yeah, I was gonna say.
Really hope I win that artwork of the week.
Well, yeah.
But no, it was sort of like a love letter to the game I love. I think everyone's got their one franchise where it's just like, no matter what happens or how bad it gets, it's like it's always got like a special part in your special. It's just special to you. So,
of course, the very first map I played of yours was Outpost Frost, which I freaking loved. I really liked the detail and everything of that. I then did, of course, the guide for Carnival and stuff like that. Out of all of your maps, including like your 4-player map, your sabotage map, is there anything in particular that you'd like to try and make if like you literally had like a year of work and you could focus on like a style of map? Would you try do another PvP sort of one, or would you try do another big project like Carnival or something?
No, it would definitely be a traditional like survival map similar to Carnival, but with more of a fleshed out Easter egg, because Carnival, the Easter egg was very rushed. It was kind of an afterthought. I would like to do a map like that, but really expand on the Easter egg to like a Treyarch size Easter egg.
Of course, you entered a map for, I believe it was for Noah's competition, wasn't it, with the Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah, for the movie one.
Would you ever want to make another one? And if so, what sort of theme would you want to target? Would it be movie again, or? anything like that?
Like do another contest map?
Yeah, say there was a contest map coming up, but they kind of gave you more free roam and you could do what you wanted. It could be a movie, it could be a game or something like that. Would you target another movie again?
I don't get enough time to dedicate to mod tools to really be able to do anything in a month.
Yeah,
it's a really
totally
tight deadline.
Oh, 100%, man.
So maybe if it was like a 6-month contest, maybe.
You have created quite a lot which isn't standard zombies when it comes to creation. So you've created a card game, you have created a freaking maze that replenishes itself, you've done a clay pigeon shooting thing, you've done like quite a lot of crazy things.
Yeah.
If you were still working on Black Ops maps, what sort of crazy thing would you like to tackle? Or to make it easier to answer, you also made a lot of Destiny stuff. If you could pick like potentially another game's mechanics to bring into zombies, what would you try and create?
World of Warcraft. That's the easiest answer I can give to you. World of Warcraft.
In
Making like
what sense? Skills?
Like you have roles, so tank, DPS, healer. You need to group up with at least 3 or 4 people. You can unlock gear, level up. Obviously everything is saved on your PC, so you don't lose your progress. And you can, like the tower boss map idea that I had a long time ago.
Yeah.
So
I was going to say, this
like,
sounds like your skyscraper mixed with the tower boss map a bit, because the skyscraper you had different classes.
Yeah, different classes, but not different roles. Like for example, you need
like a dedicated healer sort of thing, like that sort of role. Is that what you're meaning?
Like for example, for a boss that I made, because I already made one with this kind of mechanic, you need a tank, because if you don't, the tank take like 90% less damage and take aggro the boss.
Yeah.
So if you play without a tank, everybody else will die. Instantly, almost instantly.
Right.
And you have a healer. When you shoot or you use ability, we actually heal the player instead of doing damage. These kind of shits here.
Yeah, that's make it.
Nope.
Sounds awesome. Sadly, not that many people will know that you have actually decided to step away from creating maps yourself. And the only sort of mapping you're doing now is helping Easy Skanker. And, you don't really want to do too much mapping anymore, except for if people ask you and you feel obliged to. If someone turned to you and said, hey, I will build your tower boss battle arena with all these power things, they just need you to script it, would you do it?
No.
I love how quick that answer was. Oh man, it took me ages to try to think of that second question and you were like, nope. Oh, that's great. I actually love that. I don't even want to find you another question for like, that was amazing. Evil Dead took the marketplace by storm. As you know, it has over 86k downloads. Did you ever think it would blow up that much? And
Fuck no.
Did you
Fuck
celebrate in any way?
I think my mom took a picture of me in my room.
Yeah.
When I had the workshop page up.
Oh, that's
awesome.
Mom,
I was like, Mom, get the fuck out of my room.
She's like, no, released it and it's going well.
Mom,
oh, that's nice.
Get out.
That's nice. So you've already kind of answered my other two sort of personal questions with some of the other bits you said. But I'll kind of reword them into one and just be like, are there any like Evil Dead theme maps that you'll probably end up making again, or do you reckon it's just the other projects that you're going to work on?
The Army of Darkness map that I'm working on is the confusing titles. It is like Army of Darkness is the sequel to Evil Dead.
Oh, okay.
It was originally going to be called Medieval Dead, but they fucking changed it to Army of Darkness.
Right. Okay.
So that's what I am that's like the sequel to Evil Dead. I think that's going to be the final Evil Dead map I do. It will have references, nods, locations from every single Evil Dead property in it.
Ooh, nice.
So that includes Evil Dead, the Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, of course, Army of Darkness, Ash versus Evil Dead, the remake, Evil Dead Rise. I think if the animated show comes out before the map does, then I'll add a little reference to the animated show. But yeah, that's like I said, this is currently the magnum opus.
Yeah, it sounds it.
It will most likely switch up once the map is released and I work on a map that might involve a president or two. I don't know.
Oh. I see you only have 4 maps on the workshop at the moment. They're all Minecraft themed. Would we expect that all later projects are going to be Minecraft themed, or would you ever want to do a traditional map?
I just started a project that is not a Minecraft map.
Oh, okay.
It will be a big map, so I'm just learning again with screen tutorials how to make a good decoration.
Yeah, like, with the decal and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, with the decals. But it's hard.
Yeah.
Harder than just place blocks and etc.
Yeah, I get that. Go for snow maps. They're easier, I found.
Snow maps, yeah.
Yeah, they're so much easier. You don't have to put as much detail in. One of your maps has over 200k views, which is just freaking insane. My brain couldn't even fathom that number. How did you celebrate this amazing achievement?
Oh, I celebrate this?
Yeah. Did you celebrate at all when you had loads of downloads, or did you not really care?
Oh, I didn't celebrate that, but I was just happy.
Yeah, I get that.
I expected this amount, so I'm really proud of it.
Yeah, no, good.
Yeah, that's all.
Going a little bit more personal and aiming these questions slightly more directed towards you. Most of your maps are heavily themed by Mario and the world he comes from. Do you see yourself making loads more Mario maps?
Yes, absolutely. Unless Nintendo decides to be a dick, I guess.
Yeah, I get that.
Those are kind of the maps I specialize in the most because I'm a lot better with cartoon graphics than realistic graphics, I'd say.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why I like doing the Mario maps.
No, totally. At the end, they do what you're good at, you know?
Yeah.
If you could bring any game mechanic from Mario into zombies, what would it be?
Ooh. That actually is a tricky one. I'll go with kind of an obscure one actually. In Mario Galaxy, you have like you have the planets in the sky and you can walk all the way around them. Like you can be upside down and stuff on them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, like something kind of like that where you could walk on walls and ceilings and stuff and the gravity be really weird.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. Okay, I like that. Okay, and what is your favorite Mario game and character?
My favorite Mario game would be Mario Galaxy, which I just mentioned actually. And my favorite character is Bowser Jr., of course.
Yep. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to that one.
Yes.
You mentioned that you are slightly disappointed that with your Mayscape map. Now the competition isn't fully over yet. I don't think he's done a winner, as far as I'm aware. I could be wrong on that. I haven't totally kept on scopes for it. But as soon as it finishes, do you think you would do an update?
Oh, I will update it, but just to fix some things that players found on Steam.
Yeah.
But I don't think I will add a massive update with many content, more
Yeah.
content on it. You don't need it, and also my computer is extremely tired with this big map, and I don't want to work on a map with 20 FPS on the tool.
Yeah, I totally get that. I totally get that. I know you're a big fan of Cthulhu. Have you got any other Cthulhu style maps lined up that you would like to create?
I think Cthulhu is really inspiring for mapping, but I don't think I will make a new map on the team, Cthulhu team.
No?
Yeah, because I have some plan for my next maps. I will answer you in the next questions that talk about what I want to test in my next maps.
Yeah. No, totally. I get that. Your Mario map based on the N64 Versus mode was the first ever custom map I ever played with my brother, and it will always have a special place in my heart due to this. What was the first custom map that you ever played?
Thanks for the question. It's really heartwarming to hear that people appreciate my work. It makes me proud and motivates me to keep going. I do it as a hobby. As for your question, the first custom map I remember playing was the McDonald's map for World at War.
You have done a wide range of maps, from Lapuania, Run and Gun, and even Family Guy. Do you prefer to make more fun cartoony style maps, or more of the traditional style? And if so, why?
I really enjoy making maps like the Family Guy ones, the cartoon style maps. I have more fun creating them, and I find it easier to do. However, it's also nice to occasionally make a more serious map with realistic graphics.
I strongly believe that the zombies community is still alive today due to the Black Ops 3 community and the custom maps. Do you agree with that? And as a side note, are you looking forward to Black Ops 6?
In response to your first question, 100%. I feel like if Black Ops 3 and the modding community didn't exist, then the zombie community wouldn't be as strong as it is. I feel like whenever we've had like a bad point, one like Cold War zombies or World War II zombies, or when we've had like these low points, even a few people right now aren't particularly too interested in the Black Ops 6, what they've previewed. Black Ops 3 has always been like the old true tried and tested. You can always go on there and find some wacky maps or some really gorgeous maps or just some fun maps to play in the meantime while you're waiting for new content. In regards to Black Ops 6, I'm interested. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it. I haven't actually bought a zombie Call of Duty game in so many years. I don't know what the last one I bought was.
I don't blame you, to be honest.
Mainly just because I grew up. I'm not a Call of Duty gamer anymore. I'm not. I don't.
You're a Destiny gamer, aren't you?
I don't YY Rush. I don't do any of this shit. Like I played a little bit of Warzone, and it's fun, but I couldn't imagine sitting there and playing that all day, every day. It just seems like too much for me.
I totally respect that.
The zombies for the last few years, I've just been so turned off to it. I don't like the idea of playing zombies in Warzone maps. I just feel like it's cheap. I don't feel like it is zombies. I'm a purist. I prefer when you have like a map that is curated properly for zombies and it doesn't require all this Warzones bullshit or exfils or chopper gunners or any of that. Like I just like going in with a pistol, no custom classes, and having to, for the first few rounds, shoot 4 bullets into the leg and then stab, or like, you know, that's my version of zombies. Point build, get your weapon, struggle to fuck through the first few, like up for the first like mid part of the map, and then you just get built up, and then it's just like clean sailing.
Yeah, where they don't have that hurdle you have to climb anymore, do
Well, now I see people just loading in with, like, straight off the bat, they're loading in with perks, with guns.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember you could load in Black Ops 3. Obviously, you've got gobble gums, but that's a bit different.
They would be more like you would use like Perkaholic if you're going for an East.
That was it. Yeah, you could load in and you could get your Perkaholic, but it wasn't like you'd load in and have your best setup, like creator class from multiplayer, or you wouldn't have like the best guns off the bat. Like, yeah, you'd have your perks, but you'd still have like a shitty wall weapon to start with or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, that part completely turned me off from it. But I do think, from what I've seen, the other half of zombies, what they've done this year is they've basically got, from what I can gather, is they've got a zombie map that's sort of there for the Warzone gamers, which is just zombies in Warzone. Yeah. And then they've got a custom map which is probably more suited to my liking, which is a proper zombie map curated for the hardcore players, has an Easter egg in the background, has everything that we want.
I think the Black Ops 3 community is a different community than modern zombies community. Like, the Black Ops people don't like where zombies is right now for the most part.
I get that. 100%.
And I fall in that category. I'm not that excited for Black Ops 6.
Black Ops 6? Hell no.
I knew the answer to
that.
I knew the answer to that before I even said it. So.
And about the zombie community still like it, yeah, I think it's still alive due to the custom maps. For example, COD 4, COD 5, they're still alive, even if with a small pool of people, just because of the mods.
Yeah. I mean, that whole freaking like remaster mod was going to get released not that long ago until it got cease and desist, wasn't it? So, I mean, that community is still thriving if they're going to be making big enough mods to get cease and desist from Activision.
I don't know if it's alive only because of Black Ops 3. I think Zombies is alive because Zombies is inherently fun.
Yep.
I think, despite how shitty I fucking hate Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, I keep fucking playing it. I don't know what's going on. I just like shooting zombies.
Yeah, I get that.
I am very excited. Very, very, very excited for Black Ops 6. I don't think it's gonna be as shitty as people claim. I think the only gripe I have, and many others, is the HUD, and I hope that that's fixed, because I think that's the only thing.
It's not even hard to fix either.
Yeah, no, it'd be an easy little move here, adjust that here. But I am, without a doubt, excited for Black Ops 6. I think Liberty Falls looks pretty good. Terminus also looks really good. I don't see why I shouldn't be excited, because they seem to be doing everything that I want, with the exception of armor plating. I don't want to manually armor plate. That sucks.
Okay, first source. Yeah, I think that the community of Black Ops 3 is still alive. There's big projects upcoming, like the Transit.
Yeah.
There are two maps, like with the Green Run production and Vertical.
Yeah.
And the Die Rise, Buried. I'm impatient to test this map, so.
Yeah, I've been watching Verco streams quite a bit, and I think that alone is kind of keeping the hype up.
And for the second question, I don't really play recent Call of Duty because I really love Black Ops 3 with all these maps. That's just better than recent map, I think.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Like, I think out of all the modes on Black Ops 3, Zombies is definitely the most played, and the fact that there's so many custom maps available means you're pretty much never gonna run out of maps.
Yeah.
which is always good. That's for sure. As for Black Ops 6, I don't care, to be honest, because I've lost all interest in newer CODs.
Totally respect that. I think Black Ops 6 is the first one I've actually looked forward to for a while. And I don't know why. I think I'm just getting myself hyped up for it for no reason.
Yeah. I mean, I might get it for the multiplayer maybe, but probably not for the zombies unless they've changed a lot with zombies, because I didn't even like Black Ops 3 zombies, to be honest. Black Ops 2 zombies was the last zombies mode that I liked.
Yeah, you're not the only person I've interviewed that said something similar.
Yeah, I just feel like zombies has just gone more down the comedy route now over the horror route.
Custom maps definitely keeps Black Ops 3 alive, that's a fact. I'm not as drawn to the new zombies anymore. They differ too much from what I love about zombies. I understand that Treyarch want to innovate and experiment, which is completely normal. However, I'm still stuck in the zombies of World at War and Black Ops. Generally, I test the new zombies to analyze and understand the level design or game design in place, but I don't get the same feeling from back then. But of course, that's just my personal opinion.
I think 99% of people agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah, but some people really enjoy the new zombies. It's like two different community.
Oh, definitely.
In the Spanish-speaking community, both in Spain and Latin America, the BO3 custom maps keep things active, and a lot of people still play BO2 and BO1, including regular players and YouTubers who upload videos. As for BO6, I'm not really excited. The last game I was excited for was BO4, and it kind of disappointed me, especially with the perks and the direction the game took. Since Cold War followed a similar path, I'm not too hyped for BO6. They've got to do a really good job for me to be excited.
If you got the job of a lead designer at Treyarch tomorrow, how would you change the current state of zombies?
How would I change the current state of zombies? The first thing I would do is I would completely gut what they've got, in the sense that I would take out the contract systems, everything Warzone. I don't know if it's in there because it's a quirk of the engine and it needs to be there, but I would take out all of that stuff. Anything that is related to Warzone, just take it out.
Yeah.
Custom classes, I'm sure people love that and they like grinding weapon skins, but personally I don't think zombies is the place to be grinding weapon skins. So
you can still do that without custom classes.
I would take it all the way back. Yeah, exactly. I would take it all the way back just to basics, to what we had in not Black Ops 3 precisely, because obviously a lot of things happened after Black Ops 3. There was a lot of cool things in Black Ops 4. They've done cool things since, but I would try and take it back all the way to just the basics, and then from there just build up. Make sure that they just hit. There's a few key things they need to hit, which is like atmosphere, replayability.
I think that's the biggest problem, is the atmosphere. Because, like you say, everything feels like a bit of a Warzone map due to the layout and stuff like that. I mean, even if Liberty Falls, they'd put wreckage in the map and put bloodstains and stuff like that, and like maybe
it just feels too clean. Everything's clean.
If it had that grime feel, it needs like a grime filter thrown on it, doesn't it?
I mean, if you took Liberty Falls, if you played like half an hour of Liberty Falls, and then swapped off and played half an hour of Verrucht. That's the difference I'm talking about. That Verrucht has got nothing in it. That's like really stripping it back to basics. But you would be able to tell after half an hour playing Verrucht that you have been playing a zombie map. Where if you're playing like Liberty Falls, it's like, I could have just been playing a campaign mission with all the characters reskinned as zombies, sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, Verrucht was one of the scariest maps back in the day, wasn't it? And I think that's what Zombies has lost. It doesn't have like that creepy factor.
Mystery, atmosphere, small tight corners rather than these huge streets. the weapons themselves don't have to be stupidly overpowered. I feel like nowadays you can pretty much breeze your way to like round 50.
Yeah.
I've saw the new jet gun. Like the new changes look kind of
dude.
cool, but
It
looks very overpowered.
overpowered.
Like I said, when I
Luckily
originally
there's only
started playing
one in the
zombies
map.
as a kid, I used to like playing the high rounds, and I remember doing the high rounds with the original jet gun. So it's like,
I hated that. So,
oh god, it was
mad
so
respect.
bad. Oh, it's so bad. Getting shivers down my
Mad
spine
respect
thinking
for
about
doing
it.
with that.
But I don't know, if I was the head at Treyarch, my first point of call would be sit everyone down. Just ask them what they loved about zombies. Like, everyone's grown up playing zombies. If they haven't, then get them to play some of the old maps and just put it on the whiteboard. What did you love about this?
Yeah.
Like, and then go from there. Like, it's not difficult. I don't understand why every single new game they need to reinvent the wheel. We don't want a new wheel. We just want more of what we've got and just evolve on top of that.
I think it needs to be. It's kind of lost its like zombie feel. Like you boot into zombies now, and it's kind of like a multiplayer map. Especially from what we've seen on Liberty Falls on Black Ops 6. Like that looks like they took Warzone and stuck some zombies in it.
Oh, 100%.
So
It
I
feels
think,
like an Outlast map. Sorry, what was it?
yeah, Outbreak or
Outbreak.
yeah.
That's it. I can see. I don't even know. It's a crap. I don't even play it.
But like, I think it needs to go back to the atmosphere that World at War had, where it was actually genuinely scary to play a solo game.
Okay. I don't know. I would give a lot of more space to modders. Like, give a better tool and a tool that actually can integrate with the game itself instead of going through.
So instead of actually thinking about changing what they have currently, you would actually go more for pushing the custom stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
Think about it. Giving more space to map creator and modders. They actually have free content, so they don't have to work on stuff. They just have to moderate them. But yeah, adding a lot of more resources and documentation, even for saving stuff locally in a safer way than we actually do, it would be a really big change and would make the company better overall.
Yeah.
For that zombie itself, I don't know, because it's from Black Ops 3 that I don't watch them, I don't follow them, so I have no clue on how is the current state.
I'm not going to lie to you. When I asked you that question, I was kind of hesitant to actually give you that as a last question, because I know that. I know you're not into it. But you gave me a completely different answer to what anyone has given me so far. And you actually went down the whole custom route. And I agree. Like, that would be such a good thing for them to do. And to be honest, I'm kind of glad that you don't have the interest to then mention that, to bring that to light. The mod tools Radiant that we have is so broken at first that you have to fix it before you can even make stuff from it. So like you say, to actually give us like an up-to-date Radiant or program to be able to work on making maps would be amazing for the community.
Yeah, even a better integration with the game itself, and as I say, the more documentation and a way to save stuff locally for have like map with a story. Like for example, like I said before, a map where you can actually level up, unlock stuff inside the map, not outside, like for example creating a class and stuff like that. That's bullshit. Now what I'm referring to is like you open a door on a map and you want the door to be open when you play later on another day. That's a stupid example.
But for like the save state sort of thing that you were referring to.
Yeah, they should implement that, but in a safer way, as I said. It must be safe.
Yeah, I completely agree, because you mentioned the way of doing it is quite dodgy, so I totally get that.
I would honestly change the Dark Ether from purple. I would have that be like a kind of like a Dark Ether effect, but like having the whole vibe of the Dark Ether being purple is annoying as shit.
It's
I kind of like,
like.
yeah. As much as I hate Vanguard, I kind of like that. You know, you went to the Dark Ether and it wasn't fucking purple.
I never played
guess.
Vanguard, so I can't answer that. I don't know what. The
Oh,
Dark
I
Ether
didn't
was like.
play much, but from the gameplay that I saw, it it looked fairly interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be like instant first thing off the top of my head. We're not going with purple. That will be exclusively for Samantha Maxis. She will have the purple aura and everything, but
Does that make sense?
Getting away from that.
Like her having her own aura, because she's also meant to be fighting it all as well, isn't she? Or whatever's going on with the story, it's gone a bit crazy. But
I think the next thing I would do. Shit, that's toughy.
Point system.
I would try to. Okay, yeah, the point system. I would adjust the point system. You know what? Fuck it. I'm keeping the point system. I'm doubling down on it.
Nah.
I'm gonna double down on the current point system. I think I would also try to. I don't know. A lot of people say they want map variety, but I don't think it necessarily means what people think it means. Like, yeah, I want to go to Atlantis, but if Atlantis plays like shit, I don't really care. So I'd try to focus more on map flow design, because I feel like, because a lot of the at least the Forsaken, this really did this for me. The Forsaken felt just like a couple of multiplayer maps. It didn't feel like a zombies map. Other than the starting room,
I feel that it kind of just felt like they were kind of merged together. It kind of worked, but it really did feel like you were playing on a multiplayer map, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I think, shit, am I tripping, or is the Forsaken literally a multiplayer map?
I think it actually is. They're like,
oh god, are you? Am I?
Like,
because I know it's a campaign map,
but I can't think. I honestly I didn't play it that much by the time the extra stuff came out, but. Because it's the one with the big boy, isn't it? With the donut or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think it was a campaign map, which I was like, that's fine. You know, who cares, really? Mauer Toten is a campaign map, I'm pretty sure. And
yeah.
That's one of my favorite maps. But at the same time, it's like, it just felt like the lines of sight really felt like multiplayer. And especially when you're playing Outbreak, that feels extremely like you're just playing a multiplayer map.
Yeah.
And I was getting this feeling with MWZ. I was like, there's all this open space, all this open range, and so the zombies are forced to run extremely fast at you because they're, you're expected to just train around them. So you have these extra super sprinters.
Yep.
Say if like, oh, I'm getting hit from the back, let me just run over here and then manual plate. And as soon as I start manual plating, I go into a walking animation and then the zombies just come up from behind, fucking punch me back of the head.
Okay, I completely get that. So that leads me to my final question, which is, if you got the job of lead designer at Treyarch tomorrow, how would you change the current state of zombies?
Bring back like all the Easter eggs, I think.
Yeah.
With no guide on it. I think that ruins the game.
Oh, 100%. It becomes a story mode, doesn't it, really?
I don't like that, so I really like how Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2 works with no guide on it. You have to find all by yourself. I really like this point, so I would say that.
Well, I would change pretty much everything, and everyone will probably hate me for it. But for a start, I would go back to round-based zombies, although I think Black Ops 6 might be round-based.
It is, for the looks of things.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would, of course, go back to the horror aspect of it.
Yep.
I would also go back to simpler zombies. Not necessarily not having Easter eggs, but Easter eggs more like the Black Ops 1 maps, and not featuring dragons and shit flying in the sky.
You didn't like the fairy tale side, it kind of went the unrealistic. I get that.
And also the storyline has just gone crazy.
If I were part of the Treyarch team, I think I would test a new approach of the zombie mode. An additional game mode with a narrative similar to a campaign, for example, without removing the traditional round-based gameplay. I think it could be interesting to explore what they did in Modern Warfare 2 with the co-op like Raids, but for zombies. In any case, it's an idea I'd like to explore in my upcoming custom maps, and perhaps even create a series around it, maybe.
Well, my ears are perked up. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, did you remember the Raids in Modern Warfare 2?
Well, like the Spec Ops? The Spec Ops stuff.
Yeah, Spec
Yes.
Ops. I don't really know the real name because...
Yeah. I thought that. Like the 2-player side missions that you could do.
Three player.
Oh, were they up to 3-player, were they?
Yeah, that was 3. With,
I only ever played it 2.
You enter to a bunker and have puzzles to solve and progress into the mission. That's what I want to explore in my upcoming custom maps.
I'd do a reboot of the series and go back to the basics, focusing on what already works. I often think that less is more. I'd make the maps more charismatic and mysterious, leaving players with questions. Transit did this really well with its fog and the 2 bus routes.
I do apologise, this was a little bit longer than I expected. Due to the number of people that got back to me, I had to reduce how much everyone said. If you wish to see an extended version of anyone's interviews, feel free to drop me a message and I can make an extended version for just that creator. I hope you enjoyed this, as it was something a little bit different, because you guys are amazing, where I'm just Elwood from Not So Serious Gaming. Hope you have a great morning, evening, night, whatever freaking time of day is. I hope you have a great one and peace out. Hey guys, thank you so much for making it to the end. I just wanted to shout out my brand new merch. Items such as cups, mouse mats, hats, hoodies, t-shirts, and even a poster, cause why the hell not? There's even a top with a Rex wearing a little hat. Click the link down below and check it out for yourself. I've also set up a Patreon for those who are asking to support me in another way. Of course, don't feel like you have to, and have a great day.
The fuck was that?